Hey YouTube, how's everybody doing? Jason here with the Cuban Redneck DIY channel. I want to thank you for stopping by. I want to give special thanks to those who have subscribed, and if you haven't already done so, please throw me a bone, hit that subscription button. So in the previous video, I was very excited about the delivery of this small contractor saw that we acquired from Walmart.com. It was $114 delivered, and really at that price point, I wasn't expecting a lot. I was definitely expecting to having to sit down for a couple of hours and getting the thing to cut square. But I was not expecting it to be unsafe, and that's what I found with this unit, at least with the one that I received. So if you are looking to buy this unit, I would strongly suggest you move on to something a little bit better. There are many options in the $150 to $200 range. Craftsman has one that is in so. Ryobi has a pretty decent one. Harbor Freight has one, etc. So one thing I am not going to do is sit here like many of these career politicians who have been in Congress for 50 years, and all they do and say and complain is how bad things are and all the problems we got, and offer no solution. I own this thing. I'm not going to return it. I'm actually going to fix it. So if you have one of these guys and you want to make it a little bit better, this is the video for you. When you buy a cheap saw like this General International TX4001, probably one of the first things you're going to do is replace the blade. I opted for this Harbor Freight unit, but it was not until I started to change the blade that my nightmare became a reality. I quickly realized that the saw was not safe and that perhaps I needed to take a closer look. Did I say unsafe? Yeah, that's exactly what I meant. So what is the problem? Well, aside from poor engineering and low quality materials, most of the issues can be traced to the pivoting screw on the elevator mechanism. Apart from being stripped from factory, the two bolts, one on each side, that control the pivoting action allow for too much play in the mechanism. After evaluating the problem, I came up with this design. I hope to address several issues, including better lateral rigidness and vertical alignment. The design is quite simple and nothing but a shaft that stretches across the elevator mechanism, with two sets of nylon inserted nuts, 4 washers, and 2 collars. The 2 inner washers will get drilled to the outer dimensions of the collar, and the 2 outer ones will get drilled to the diameter of the shaft. This allows for not only a clutch-like action, but also to spread the load. As you can see, the materials for these modifications are quite simple and easy to find at any hardware store. I struggle with the idea of getting a solid rod and threading the ends or just using a threaded rod. This is really up to you and the tools that you have available. At the end of the day, I ended up cutting the head of a 1/4-20 bolt I had laying around. Something else I did, and perhaps a little bit of an overkill, was to drill and tap the collars. In hindsight, I don't think this is necessary as long as the collars you choose fit snug on the threaded shaft. Alright guys, so here's a closer look at the core of the modification to the saw. So basically this is the, I guess you can call this the pivoting shaft for the elevator. And basically what we did is we basically replaced it with a threaded rod. There is a nylon nut on each side of it. There is a truss washer here, which is drilled 1/4 inch. There's one on the other side as well. And in the middle, you have 2 other washers, and those 2 are holding in place a collar. That collar was drilled and tapped at 1/4-20, which is what this shaft is. And the outside diameter of that is 1/2 inch. So the 2 inner washers were drilled at 1/2 inch. What this does, it forces the shaft to stay not only in line, but it also takes away it embraces the contact area is much wider, so it's not just resting or pushing exclusively on this washers actually sharing the force so that the soft metal doesn't get doesn't stretch too much or doesn't get stressed so much. There were many other bolts that were replaced. The one on this side, which controls the width of the elevator, that was replaced. It was stripped from factory. I happened to be lucky and found a bolt that was just a little bit thicker in my my box of bolts and screws. And what I did is I just tapped the back plate and replaced that. Over here at the end, we have the bolt that holds the mechanism for the blade guard. The factory bolt was, see if I can get this to focus. Come on, baby. There you go. So this was completely shoot up from factory. There was also a piece of plastic here. It was loose inside the box. I had no idea where it belonged to. And I then realized after taking the saw apart, that was from this thing here, which is broken. I'm going to be doing away with that anyway. Not 100% sure what it's supposed to be doing. Yeah, don't matter. Hey guys, I want to start by apologizing because I've lost a lot of footage from the actual build of the elevator pivoting shaft, which is the key to this modification. Keep having issues with SD cards. I've purchased, some of the most expensive ones, Samsung, SanDisk. It don't matter what I buy. It seems like every once in a while, when I record a very long video, I end up with a corrupt file. Regardless of the camera, whether it's on my phone, whether it's on the GoPro, on the Nikon, there's just something funky going on. Every once in a blue moon, it doesn't happen all the time, but every once in a blue moon, I end up with a corrupt file. I have purchased several corrupt file recovery software. None of them seems to work, so don't even bother, don't waste your money on that. So with that said, the saw is at a point right now which I will call safe and sound. We have no play in none of the parts. Everything is solid. I'm gonna flip it around and make sure that everything is a square before we finish putting it back together. In fact, the elevator used to have a clicking, notching sound to it. It used to step. It's extremely smooth. Everything seems to be on point, and I'm actually quite pleased with the modifications and the result, which is the most important thing. However, I think I want to take this to another level. I really want to use this saw quite often, and I am hoping that it will be a permanent tool within my shop. So with that said, it is a little bit late in the day. So I'm going to pick this thing back up in the morning. Please stay tuned. Please support this channel by subscribing, liking, and sharing. And don't forget to hit that notification bell. Thank you.